Hi, welcome to question number 87 on stoichiometry. Now, this question says 35 grams of propane was completely combusted, producing CO2 gas. What amount of lithium hydroxide is needed to absorb all the carbon dioxide gas? And these are the equations. There are two equations for us to try to solve it. Anyway, let's even find out what amount of CO2 gas is being produced that they are, telling us to absorb with lithium hydroxide. Okay, maybe that's a good starting point. So how do we know the amount of CO2 that will be produced from this reaction? Well, it's pretty easy. Since we have 35 grams of C3H8, and then the molar mass of C3H8 is equal to 44 grams per mole. That just means that the number of moles of C3H8 we're starting with is actually 35 divided by 44. Right, so let me do that one here. 35 divided by 44, and that's 0.795 moles. Okay, so that's the number of moles of propane. Now, how do we know the amount of CO2 that's formed? Well, 1 mole of propane produces 3 moles of CO2. So this amount in moles of propane will produce times 3 of CO2. So that would be multiplied by 3. So you have moles of CO2 is equal to 0.795 multiplied by 3, as we just said, which gives you about 2.386. That is the moles of CO2 that's produced. Now, what mass of lithium hydroxide is needed to absorb? The lithium hydroxide should absorb the CO2. It means that the lithium hydroxide should react with the CO2. And that's why they gave us this second equation of reaction, okay? So we are producing 2.386 moles of CO2. And we need to figure out the amount of lithium hydroxide that should react with it. You see that? So from the second equation, I hope it's balanced. It is not unbalanced. It is balanced. So we have 2 lithium hydroxide reacts with 1 mole of CO2. So that would mean that if we're given 2.386 moles of CO2, then, it's going to be times 2 there, right? So your X just becomes 2.386 times 2, and that gives you the number of moles of lithium hydroxide that we would need. 4.772 in moles. We're asked what mass of lithium hydroxide. We know the moles. We'll just multiply it by the molar mass, right? Right? Okay. So the molar mass of lithium hydroxide, LiOH, is, well, what is lithium? 6.94 plus oxygen is 16 and hydrogen is 1. So when you do all that, you should have 23.94 grams per mole. So that means the mass of lithium hydroxide will just be number of moles times molar mass. So that's 4.772 multiplied by this one here, 23.94. And that gives me 114.25 grams. That is the mass of lithium hydroxide that is needed to absorb all the CO2. Does this make sense? If it makes sense to you, just like this video. Alright, I'll see you on question 88. And if you have any questions regarding this or any follow-up questions, if there's any part of it that you don't understand, just put it in the comment. Let's see how we can help you out. All right. See you on 88. Bye bye.